Hello, beautiful Leos. Welcome to your November reading with me, Lorien. It's a pleasure to do this reading for you today. It's Halloween, the veil is thin, and we're going to be looking at what's coming through for you guys this month. So this is a general reading for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. If you'd like a specific reading based on your questions, then you need to go to my website, which is linked below. I'm also doing developmental edits. I have so much more time now in November, so I'm going to be doing developmental edits of manuscripts within 6 days, bigger readings, all that sort of stuff. So this is going to be really, really cool, I think, for the future. Alright, let's have a look. Ooh, you've got a lot of good energy here. Okay. Okay, let's see. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Chariot, Death, Temperance, Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Swords over here, which you can't quite see. There we go. Alright. If I'm quiet, it's just because I'm getting some messages through for you, and I really want to make sure that I can pay attention to it and see what information I'm getting for you here. But as far as I can see, the sword energy isn't bad energy. Now, a lot of people do worry that sword energy is negative or quite prickly. It's not really in this case. I'm very intuitive and I see kind of what things are coming through for you. I try my best to, get the energy from the cards rather than just say Ace of Swords means, it's because that can be very rigid in your interpretation. So what I would say is that these cards are basically delivering you a new avenue to explore. You do have a lot of things that you need to get rid of about your life. You do have a lot of things that you may want to put to one side. I think some instances where you may have felt like, oh, this isn't the quite what I had in mind, but you still feel a bit fresher. I think that that's coming now to a kind of deliverance point where you can actually see, okay, so I've done this and done this and done this, and this is what I now need to do in order to get to the higher stage. So the Ace of Swords, along with Death, is really about reinvention. And for me, I would say that this is something to indicate that you are on the right track. But there is clarity in this. You may feel a little bit like, oh, I'm a bit scared of cutting the cords here. I'm a bit scared of, doing this. But I think this transition is something that you need. You have the power to do it. You have the inspiration, the challenge to do it. You have the determination to change your life. But the thing is, death can be quite scary. I mean, what would you do if a masked person suddenly came up in a cloak? Probably not the best thing to ask on Halloween, but still, what would, that's kind of feeling of, I'm a bit challenged here, or I don't know what I'm doing here. He comes with this sword and he kind of cuts the cords for you. So you've had the power. Maybe you transition into this and you decide to cut the cord because this door is opening. That door is closed. Metaphor central. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's something that's coming forwards for you that, may be a little bit scary, a little bit daunting. Change is always a little bit daunting, but you're ready now. You're ready to accept the changes that are coming in for you. Whether this is something to do with your relationship, I feel for some of you it's cutting the cords in a relationship that you really didn't feel was best for you, and you're now ready to completely exercise that energy away from you. For others, it's something that's really not benefiting you in your life, whether that be career, relationship, whatever. You're now going to say no. No, I'm cutting the cord with you, or I'm cutting cord with this. I'm ready to let that go so I can be lighter, feel something that I can actually do now. It may be that you've already taken a drastic move. Maybe you've literally moved to the other end of the country or something like that, and you're still feeling like you've got some hanging on to do. or things that are weighing you down. This is you saying, no, I have clarity, I have power, I'm letting that go now. So this is a really positive and powerful situation to be in. It could even be some habits within a relationship or within some kind of, union that you have, that you're kind of saying, right, this is unhealthy and I'm not having this. So it's all about speaking your truth and not being afraid of the changes that truth could bring. And then you have the Seven of Swords and Temperance. So Seven of Swords really is about people who may be trying to deceive you and trying to be people that they're not. Trying to say, hey, we can be best friends, when really all they're after is something to get something from you. You know what I mean? They want to get something. Now, I would say within this kind of duo, there is something to say, if you feel that people are going behind your back, if you feel that certain issues are being resolved or increased around your back, you've got the Temperance card here. So the Temperance is very much about balance and health. So this is kind of keep one eye open, but just for the most part, keep calm, because I feel like this is not giving you a sense of disruption. It's just like, look, we want to steal this from you, we want to deceive you, we want to do this, and we're hiding this. Calm. We'll see. It could also be an illness that's crept upon you. Maybe an energy, maybe anxiety, and this has kind of crept upon you. And the key to doing it is healthy balance, meditation, making sure that you combine treats with your greens, and I feel like there's something that you can develop here. This is all about your health and your combination. So it could be the fact that you just need to get this away, because it is kind of creeping up on you, it is kind of stalking here. So I would say that if there is a health issue, deal with it by meditation, not really being afraid of it, and just kind of facing it head on, really, as much as you possibly can. Just face it head on. Then we have the Six of Swords, followed by the Seven of Cups. So the Six of Swords here is very much about your rite of passage. I also feel like there's something coming through that suggests that you have got a lot to give. You may just not be sure as to where you want to give it or how to incorporate it into your life. So in this one in particular, is kind of saying, you have your experiences, you have your kind of your integral basis of your life so far. You're like, this is what happens when I do this, this is what happens when I do this. Even the bad experiences that you've learned from, your knowledge, you're taking with you. The only thing is you may be a little bit confused or feel a little bit like led astray because of some instances that are coming through here. It could be the fact that, okay, so I want to get with this person, or I want to get further ahead in work, or I want to get further ahead in health. Which way do I choose? I'm too confused. I don't know. Sevens are all about faith. Sixes are all about growth. And I feel here is that you need to grow with your faith in yourself. You need to look at your knowledge, look at your experiences, and then make your choice depending on what those tell you. And make sure that you have that responsibility to understand that there is a cause and effect to everything. So if you choose a decision or choose one option that maybe isn't as what you wanted, it's not the wrong decision. It's just something that's going to add something extra to you a little bit differently. So it's just a case of not being afraid to make the wrong choice, but going with your instincts and trying to figure something out for the potential of the right choice. So I feel like that's going to be something that you can decide. And again, we have decisions abound here. We have the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles. This is very much about, again, 7, faith, having that faith in what you want to do. You may be trying to control things too hard, but in this one in particular, I do feel there's victory, there's will. You have the very strong self-assurance that you need to go someplace. It could be, though, that as soon as you choose somewhere, you have to choose again. But it's making sure that you're committing to a direction. You don't want to sacrifice your soul being, and you don't want to sacrifice your common sense. So your head and your heart are very much need to be in unison on this decision. And it could take you a few goes to figure it out. It could take a lot of work, a lot of patience, education of yourself, engagement of yourself. So it could be the fact that, this relationship you're in, not quite working. You need to keep going at it, or you want to keep going at it, and you need to kind of figure things out. Or it could be that you're at a crunch point now where you think, well, I've done this enough. Do I stay or do I go? And it could even be the same for your career as well. But I do feel that there's something that you are constantly being pulled towards, even though you are okay in your current element. For instance, you may have just taken a move or just be working towards a move or something like that, and this new direction feels good, but there's still something that kind of pulls you the other way, and it's saying, I really want to work on this though, or I really want to go to this person, or I really want to explore what's over here in this direction of my life. Maybe there's something that you want to connect with in that way, and this kind of alchemy of finding your feet and finding your educational knowledge through meditation, through balance. It could be that this gives you the strength you need, and actually to say, I'm cutting the cords here, I'm ending whatever this is. So it could be something that's very scary for you, but ultimately I think it would benefit you. It just takes a lot of your knowledge and your expertise to actually understand which direction it is. And then you have the Knight of Swords. Hey, strength. And then we have this kind of feeling of motion, and this suggests sometimes that it could be very hasty or it could be very unnerving, but you have a lot of crows here, so this basically to me says there's a messenger coming through, and there's a lot of messages and signals that you're going to have this month. See if you can pay attention to them and build your decision based on those. Right, so we have Nature's Whispers Oracle cards next, just to see what kind of thing we have for you guys. So, laughter. Alright, whatever the key is for you, whatever decisions you have to make, the key to getting through it is laughter. The key to going through this is laughter and unity. So it could be somebody in your life that you feel like you're a little kid again, or you're two twin souls and you feel like there's very strong connection, maybe a sibling, maybe a friend or a romantic partner or something, and you just kind of like, you both just have a fun time, you both laugh so much. And it may be that you're together, or it may be that you're apart, it may be that they're on the other side of the world to you, but it just feels as though you have so much more growth to come through laughter, growth to come through all this feeling of trouble that may be in the world at the moment. Is still that kind of, we feel lightness, we feel our inner child blooming, we feel our innocence still around, because of this connection that you have within yourself, within your own inner child and somebody else's. So I think that'd be a good thing to explore this month, and certainly something for you to really take hold of in the positive area. I think that there's a good set of knowledge coming in here, and I do feel that you are getting the right basis here. You are going to find the right trail, the right road for you to go on. Maybe you just want to prepare it for next year, but either way I think it's going to be really good for you. Well, that's it from me for now. I do hope things have helped you, and do let me know in the comments below how things go for you, won't you, Leah? Because I always love to hear from you, and I always really appreciate your feedback as well as to how this has resonated with you. If you do want a reading from me, the link is below. But in the meantime, I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to reading for you in December. Take care, guys. Bye bye.